Hello and welcome to the MyWhoosh Sunday Race Club. It is February and it is 2026 and this is the monthly final. Well, it is the women today and with me, Emma Martin, my co-host, or should I say my normal co-host, Matt Payne, will be with you for the men's race, which starts shortly, but you don't want to go anywhere. You need to stay here. You need to watch the women's first, and then you need to rewind the men's to the beginning and watch all of that. Come and join us for the February final. Both races are going to be absolutely superb today. We are heading to Bhutan, to the Dragon's Fury course for the women. 36.8 kilometres of racing today, 507 metres of climbing, and it looks a little bit like this. 2 sprints, 3 climbs. And straight away, once they come out of that pen, it really does hit the headwind down through the Para Bukid climb, and that starts at the 4.1 kilometre marker, the first of 3 climbs today. They come off at the plateau at the top through the clock tower sprint at the 11.3 kilometre marker, but mind you, those sprinters have got to get over that first climb. That's job number 1. They then transition through, this is laps, and they go back up that Para Bukid climb yet again at the 21.2 kilometre marker. The checkpoint, well, it's 1.6k from the base of the climb. It's got an average gradient of 4.3%, but it's steep. There's an 18% gradient out there on those small climbs today. They then go back through that clock tower sprint, and then, yes, it wouldn't be the Sunday Race Club monthly final without a long climb at the finish. 6.3 kilometres of climbing to be precise, with an average gradient of 4%. But this one, well, the sting in the tail is that the maximum gradient on this climb is 20% today. It is going to be a tough finale to the Sunday Race Club, but they're rewarded with a downhill run to the checkered flag. Well, we've got 6 race categories out in the start pen at the moment, awaiting the green light on each of those categories. Our category 6 riders, they are going to be the first riders away today, with a 10-minute gap to category 5, then 5 minutes to category 4, 5 minutes to category 3, then a further 10-minute gap until category 2 leave the pen, and then category 1 will be the last race field away today. So 34 riders on the start line today in category 6. 6 teams as well, because the team competition comes into play for the monthly final as well. You can see the teams here: Cycle District 6, the Velocity Vipers, Royal Ascent, Kitty Hawk Racing, the Fem Cycle Collab Cadence Crew, and the Cherry Pies. Now, it was the Fem Cycling Collab Cadence Crew who took the team competition in the January final. They took that win by 1 minute and 4 seconds from Cycle District 6. Both of those squads have had strong performances throughout February, but the Cherry Pies and the Velocity Vipers have both placed 2 riders in the top 5 in the 3 qualifiers. So keep your eyes peeled, because there could be 4 teams battling it out there for that team competition today in category 6. So in with Sylvia Schuring at the moment as the final seconds tick down. Category 6 is waiting those lights to go green. Away go category 6. This is the February final on the MyWhoosh Sunday Race Club, and Schuring is the rider we are in with at the moment. It's her stats on the screen you are seeing in that white bar. We just jumped into Gaviria Reyes as well. Angie is in the mix, and she's right in the pack, nicely positioned, and at the start wanting to get up to speed as quickly as possible, but not wanting to burn too many matches, because that first climb at the 4.1 kilometre marker could well see a steady start from our group today. Limbaga leading them out, Londano, Sarasu, Timmers Cohen, all in there. Driscoll is there, Heron is there, Jones is there. Now, Sylvie Timmers Cohen on our screen at the moment. The rider we are in with on the screen, it's her stats on the screen, currently putting out 182 watts, just dropping to 171, nice and steady. You can see the zone bar on the top right-hand corner of your screen, really giving you an indication of what the specific rider is doing at the moment. And Timmins Koning sat at zone 3 at the moment in the pack. Eyes on the field, where she needs to be. One or two riders just getting distanced off of the group at the moment, and that's not what you want. On that top right hand corner as well, you've got the profile of the course. It's a flat start today, and then you can see a small descent into the first rise, the first climb. In that top right hand corner, you've also got the wind direction at the moment coming from the top left, just slightly adjusting as they turn that right hand corner, but the pack now steady at the 32-kilometre marker and rolling strongly. Now, category 6 last week, Georgina Jones took the win. It was an absolutely fabulous performance in sprint from Jessica Hamilton. Melissa Scriven, who is on your screen at the moment, finished in 8th place in that sprint last week. She's got the caps on, she's got the jersey on. She took a top 10 performance. 1 second separated those top 8 riders. It was absolutely a superb finale to the category 6 race last week. And Mel Scriven, well, she was absolutely in the mix and doing the business as well. Brilliant to see. Well, it is a very, very different course today. We were on the, I almost want to say pan flat course. There was 96 metres of climbing last week on the Al Wathba course for the women. This week, 507 metres, and a lot of that comes at the end of the course. It is a very traditional Sunday Race Club finale to the month, and that normally means a long climb at the end. Mel may well have been excited about last week. I have to say, one of the things I really liked about last week's race was because it was a sprint festival, it really allowed other riders to shine, and it was absolutely brilliant. And the mixing up of the courses now on the Sunday Race Club has really brought the riders that really favour a sprint finish came to the fore, and it's been absolutely brilliant. Will we see Marika Notes climb strongly today? She too has had a fabulous month. She took 3rd place last week in that sprint. She also took 3rd place in Tokyo in qualifier 1. It's been an absolutely brilliant month for Notes here in category 6. Really looking forward to seeing what she can do today. But of course, no pressure. Now, last week, Jones put in that sterling performance to take the win, setting some really strong personal bests on the Sunday Race Club. One of the other riders to set personal best was Jessica Hamilton in that final sprint. Now, we know Hamilton to be a very, very strong climber, a very strong climber, a very strong sprinter. I'm getting my sprints and my climbs confused already. Better stop doing that. Well, Hamilton, a very strong sprinter, part and past that Kitty Hawk Racing squad, took that 2nd place. But she set a 5-second PB last week on MyWhoosh, 765 watts. Absolutely amazing. Brilliant, brilliant sprinting. And she really is one to keep your eye on. If you take her to the finish line, you've got to expect her to be right in the mix in the sprint. I'm really looking forward to today, seeing if she can get over those first couple of climbs for the sprint competition. It's going to be a really good one to watch. Now, Juliet Narvaez on your screen, resplendent in the MyWhoosh kit as well. She is currently sat in the top 10 here, right in the place that she needs to be. The beautiful world of Bhutan. I love this world, one of the more recently released worlds in Bhutan. On the MyWhoosh platform. It's absolutely stunning. I've been out and about and riding here, and it is the climbs, they are steep, but the world is absolutely beautiful. Now the push is coming on here in category 6. The gradient is well, it is just starting to kick up slightly, and it's only around 2.6%. You can see that again, that top right hand corner giving you all that information. You, our viewers, getting exactly the same information as the riders. Now Barbara Heron is the rider pushing on. Limbaga is there. Narvaez Hoyas is in the mix. Takova pushing up, but so is Gaviria Arias. Jones is in there, last week's winner, as well as Isabel Giraldo. Now, it was Jones from Hamilton, Notes, Timmers, Cohen, and Sarasu last week. Great to see Finichikon and Sarasu coming back into some form. We know her to be a really good climber. Really great to see her mixing it in the sprint last week. Going to be interesting to see what she can do here today. Geraldo, Kirchner, Scriven, Heron, Narvaez, Hoyas rounded out the top 10 last week. In fact, when we do take a look, it was 14 riders in category 6 separated by just 2 seconds. It really was great racing, but you can see already the pack having to work here to come back and reform. It's going to be a very different course today. So the category 6 women out of the pen and out on to the course here in Bhutan. The Dragon's Fury course in Bhutan, absolutely stunning. Adriana Barco, one of the riders, just distance off the back, and she's going to need to push on if she wants to get back into the wheels of Mashrete. Flores as well at 5 seconds. And now this is about really utilising the draft and trying to get into that draft. At the moment, Barco's numbers on that white banner at the top of the screen in grey. What she wants to do is get as close to the rider in front of her to get into the draft, and then those numbers turn green. Then it becomes easier to close down the gap. But Barco at the moment, it's a difficult job when the pack is rolling on these flatter sections, but she's continuing to tap her own rhythm. She's continuing to work here, and she is looking like she's going to be joined by Mel Scriven, actually. Always easier when there is more than one of you out there on the course together. And if small groups can form, sometimes it's actually worth sitting up and waiting for the riders behind to form a group, because as a group you'll travel faster on the flats, you can share the work, you can share the draft, and overall you're quicker, but it's also a much better racing experience. Well, Daniela Londano is in the pack here. So is Sarasu and Timmers Cohen. So 16 riders in the leading group now in category 6 as they start to head at the 4.3 kilometre marker onto the first climb of the day. The Paro Bukid climb, it is 1.6 kilometres in length. 4.3% average gradient, 68 metres of elevation in total. But there is a very nasty kicker on the second step, because this is step number 1. Then there's a flat section where we may well see any stretch in the group come back together again. But early on that second ramp, it kicks to 18%. Notes and Timmers Cohen on your screen, both part and parcel of this leading group at the moment. Both you can see the work up and out of the saddle, back down to tap the rhythm on the flat section. The snow is falling here in Bhutan. The roads are not slippy. Timmers Cohen right in the mix here at the front here. Caveria, Arrayas, Tokova, Jones, Notes, Heron, Geraldo, Londano, Weber, all in that leading group on the plateau at the moment, about to hit the second rise on that climb. Whilst category 6 hit the second rise on the climb, category 5 are down in the pen. We have 7 teams today, 37 riders on the start sheet, 7 teams. Cycle District 5, Cycle District 5 Alpha, the Fem Cycle Collab Cycleholics. They've got 2 teams here, Pedal Artists, the Pedal Dancers, Phoenix and Aeronova. Now, last month in January, the Phoenix squad took the win from the Fem Cycle Collab Pedal Artists by 1 minute 20 seconds. When you bear in mind it's the top 3 riders in the team, their overall time added together for the team competition, that 1 minute 20 second gap doesn't seem so big. But this month, well, let's get these riders underway and I'll give you my predictions for February. So the lights go green for category 5 and they are up and out of the pen for the MyWhoosh Sunday Race Club February finale. We jump straight in with Obad on your screen at the moment. Big push here into the pack. Nice fast start actually from this group. Philander's right on the front, so's Dobbins, leading this out at the moment. 44 kilometres an hour, up and out of the pen. Fast start on this flat section, really wanting to get the group motoring. Monica Falana Hala Obaid on the screen, 1 and 2 at the moment. Megan Albin is in there as well. Great to see the newer riders to the Sunday Race Club, and it really is great with the shots of giving us a picture into everybody's worlds as well. With the time change, everybody's adjusting for the next few weeks at very, very different times. Those riders in New Zealand and Australia, well, it's the very early hours of the morning, but the USA and Canada, where it used to be anywhere between midnight and around 4 a.m. It is morning time for them, so a little bit of a mix-up as we go over the next few weeks. Now, Category 5. We said Phoenix versus the Pedal Artists was the 1-2 last week in the team competition. Aeronova, for me, have been absolutely brilliant this month. Sudibayo and Samuel riding really strongly. Candice Dobbins comes up onto our screen at the moment. Dobbins, she's been a really strong rider since she joined the Sunday Race Club, and it's been absolutely fabulous to see. Now, other teams that I think could well be in the mix. The Pedal Artists, definitely. They've been really strong. Damnice has had a 5th. Skirska's had a 2nd. Van der Rack's had a 4th. Those 3 riders, part and parcel of that crew. Tejeros and Kansara Jones, part of the Phoenix squad, have been riding very strongly. Good to see them in the mix as well. Dobbins, part and parcel of that FCC Cycloholics, the 2 FemCycle collab teams here in Category 5. Strength and depth in numbers. Likewise, the Cycle District squads, 2 of those Cycle District squads in Category 5, 1 Cycle District squad in Category 6, and at the moment, this is Category 6 coming to the top of the climb. Gaviria Ares is the rider leading this out at the moment. She's going to go underneath that polka dot banner, but Marika Notes doing a phenomenal job. She's the top rider on the left-hand side of your screen, is going to come through in 2nd place ahead of Narvaez, Hoyas, Takova, Giraldo, Heron, Londano, all in that leading group. Fabulous racing from Notes there. Timmers, Cohen and Narvaez on your screen as well. All of these riders coming through and underneath the banner, that polka dot banner, giving that first set of results here in Bhutan. So to confirm, Gaviria Aras in 1 picks up 5 points. Notes picks up 4. Narvaez at the bottom of the screen picks up 3. Takova takes 2 and Giraldo takes 1. There are 3 climbs in that polka dot competition today, each segment having its own prize for the rider underneath that segment in first place. But then the points competition comes into play. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 across those climbs today. And the rider with the highest number of points across at the end of the race takes away the overall climbing competition and jersey as well. Well, Narvaez just off the back of that top 9 now. So just distanced off the group. What was 16 riders going into the base of the climb comes up as 9 riders in Category 6 at the top. Category 5 are underway. They're heading to the base of the climb. Category 4 are our next group of riders and racers away. And Category 4, 7 teams, 37 riders on the start sheets. Rebel Union, Rebel Rush, Power Bites. The FemCycle Club have got 3 teams here today. The What Works, the What Warriors and Pedalicious. And Cycle District 4 have the 1 squad in Samuel, Donahue, Herrero and Haglin. Now, last month, it was Rebel Union from the FCC What Works squad, just 19 seconds separating them in the Category 4 competition. It's going to be a close one today as well, because Power Bites and Rebel Rush have both had 2 riders in the top 5 this month. So it's going to be close competition. Well, 37 riders sitting in the start pen, waiting the lights to go green. Away go Category 4 on the February final. Rebecca Johnson is the rider we are in with at the moment. She comes out of the pen with the rest of the group. Rebecca Johnson, one of the Category 4 riders who has she has a really great set of climbing legs, and always good to see her when the climbs really start to motor. Gina Di Grazia coming off the front of the pack, really keeping the pace high. Jingji as well. Alexandra Knowles in the mix, Kimberly Miller and Angelina Roa. These riders pushing and driving this Category 4 pack out of the pen. Gina Di Grazia on your screen at the moment, and you can see her up and out the saddle, dancing on those pedals. Now, Di Grazia, looking forward to watching her race today. Part and parcel of the Rebel Union, the team that took the win last month. Catherine Montoya, one of her teammates, has had a second and a fourth this month. Jarl Marson, Taylor Carter, and Rebecca Johnson, all part of the Rebel Union. I really wouldn't discount that squad today at all. While Amy Young, Palmer Mongeli, all in the mix. Seba Al Rey is another rider not to discount when you've got some great climbing. Angelina Roa on your screens at the moment. You can see her in the mix. She's right towards the front of the group, and up and out the saddle, then back down into it, making sure she stays in that position exactly where she wants to be. You can see she just dropped back into the pack, and the numbers have gone from black to green. So in the draft, the green numbers and 3 green chevrons by the side, meaning that is the strongest level of draft in terms of her positioning. So fabulous positioning from Roa. That is what you want to see. When it drops to 2 chevrons, you're just starting to be not in the most favourable position in the pack. You need to use a little bit of steering and a little bit of technical know-how to get yourself right back into the mix and make the most of that energy saving draft. Category 4 swinging their way out of the start pen. One rider just not in the mix, but this is a rider who is in the mix, and that is Seba Al Rey. She's on our screen. She's got to be looking forward to the course here in Bhutan today. Seba always putting in a phenomenal performance when the finale is a climb. It's going to be interesting to see how she is going. Another one of our riders who really mixes it up out on the road as well. Good to see her. She's smiling, which means she's looking forward to this today. I'm channeling the Bhutan scenery and wishing everybody well. Well, Category 4 last week, it was Bruget who took that sprint in phenomenal style from Catherine Montoya. Both of those riders putting in a phenomenal performance. Sophie Merenhout took 3rd place. Rosura Haglin took 4th. Natalia Idzik, her first top 5 in Category 4. Lam Kong, Catherine Tompkinson, Angelina Roja, Maria Jarl Marson and Hannah Goodall rounded out the top 10 last week in that fast finishing sprint. Rebecca Johnson has got to be looking forward to the fact that there's a lot of climbing today on this course. She's there. We're with her in the pain cave. She's right on the back of the group, actually, just needing to, that's it, she's just up and out, so just pushing on. Lenka Petrova, the rider with her. 33 riders in this group out of the pen. They've lost. The couple of riders just dropped off the back of the group in the start, and what a fast start it was and is. They're currently rolling at 44 kilometres an hour, just dropping down to 40 as they start to hit this small rise at the 2.3 kilometre marker. We're dropping with Palmer Mongeli, part of that Fem Cycle Collab crew with the Fem Cycle Collab kit on. She is a rider who is pumped for this course today. Look at that. That is one strong attitude about racing here in Bhutan. She's looking forward to it. And I always think that when you get to the monthly final, it just gives an edge. The fact that that team competition is in play and you've got your teammates around you. Well, Category 3, the next group of riders out of the pen today. 8 teams in Category 3, 43 riders on the start sheets. Riot 3 have a squad. The Fem Cycle Collab have 3 squads here today. The Speed Squad, the Pedal Pushers and Chain Right. We've then got the Blue Breakaway. We've got Cycle District with 2 squads, 3A and 3B. And the Bonk Brigade, who will not want to be bonking. They will not want to be running out of any energy today on this course. Well, it was Riot 3 who took the win from the Fem Cycle Collab Pedal Pushers last month. And we'll talk a little bit about that once this race is underway, because they also set a MyWhoosh Sunday Race Club record. Well, category 3 head out of the start pens, all 43 riders from those start sheets, and there are some absolutely superb racers in the mix. A number of the category 3 riders going up and progressing to category 2 in the last few weeks because of the quality and strength and depth of this race. Well, we're in with Lorena Beltran at the moment. Beltran, one of the very strong riders here today. Lopes is here, Whitler, Kawazewska, Silva, all in the mix. Melissa Simpkin is here. Liliana Silva is here. The pack is strong and rolling, and all of the riders out of the pen and into one group. A little bit of a steadier start in category 3 than we saw in category 4, but the pack are rolling and rolling strongly. Now, category 3 team competition. Let's just talk a little bit about that, shall we? Because I said that they are MyWhoosh Sunday Race Club record holders, and that is the category 3 pack, because last month, the January finale, the Riot 3 squad took the win from the Femme Cycle Collab pedal pushers by 0.176 of a second. Yes, the top 3 riders' times were added together in both of those teams, and 0.176 of a second was the only thing that separated them. Category 5 coming towards the top, and at the moment Van der Act goes underneath in 1, but there's a big group behind, not far off the back. Karen Van der Act puts on the polka dot skin suit. Ultroga, Samuel, Fredholm, Izia, Callio, Albin, all in the mix there in that category 5 pack. Interesting to see them go through there at that first climb. So Van der Act takes 5 points, Ultruga takes 4, Samuel 3, Fredholm 2, is a Callio 1, Albin, Wilhelm, Jones, Palaska, Damnice, Brawl, Alzat, Warren, Tejeros, Sidibayo, Sonerson, Becerra, Skirska, Falana, Santos and Almeida. 21 riders in that group. Now, the category 3 record, let's just go back to that. Previously, the record from 2025, the smallest winning margin in 2025 in the women was 1.7 seconds. And that was set in May, the Watt women versus Team Arepa Power. Now, DePavia, part and parcel of this category 3 race. She's part and parcel of the Cycle District squads. They are strong squads here. Karen DePavia been putting in some great performances, and I think both Cycle District squads will be in the mix for the team competition this week. The women in category 3 also took the overall record because they beat the previous and current standings in the men's competition as well. Hadlock on your screen at the moment, nice and tightly in the group. In the men's competition, the smallest winning margin from 2025 was 0.72 of a second, set in November by the category 2 men. They too set records in the January final. 0.5 of a second it went down to in category 2, the Hit Men versus the Vuelta Panda. 0.3 of a second separated the category 4 men. But the closest set of racing, absolutely to the wire. Category 3 women, January final, 0.176 of a second for the team win. Riot 3 have got to be absolutely delighted with that. Well, can they do it again? I can guarantee we're not going to see 0.176 of a second separating the team competition for a while. It's definitely not going to happen today. But Wojciechova, Wittler, Krasova, Desenia, Glamuk, Pentonen, Takanis, Brook, all of these riders really, really strong in the category 3 race. They're the 2.6 kilometre marker at the moment, and they really are motoring. Gina Van Rossum on your screen, another one of the strong riders who I think could well be looking forward to the climbing today. She took a little time away from the Sunday Race Club. She's come back, and she's come back on some fabulous form. It's absolutely brilliant to see. So she too could well be in the mix. Now, I'm just having a little look on my screen at the moment. In category 4, they're on the climb, they're on the highest slopes at the moment. It's around 6.5% under the wheels of the riders. Lam Kong, one of the riders in category 4, had a great week last week, setting some personal bests. In fact, a minute personal best over 400 watts. So she is riding strongly. Paolo Mongeli, Seba Alray, Angelina Roja, Rebecca Johnson, and Gina DeGrazia all on your screens at the moment. Part and parcel of this leading group in category 4. And you can see the different styles on the bikes whilst the pack continues to roll. The top of this climb is at 5.7 kilometres, 200 metres, until the banner. We're going to see the riders start to poke their noses out into the wind. And Brooke Donoghue is the rider pushing on. Geneva Elos, one of the riders I always think goes underneath the radar a little, but always puts in some seriously strong performances. Right at the front here, Sebarel Rain now starting to work. She's starting to move up, but so is Sophie Manhout. Now she kicks at 5 watts per kilo, but Kimberly Miller is now going to make this a sprint. She's turning around nearly at 7 watts per kilo. Miller is motoring here towards the banner. This is a real push for the line. Amy Young coming fast from behind as well, but Miller goes under. She's going to put on the polka dot skin suit. Amy Young, I think, is going to take the 4 points there. In category 4 at the top of that climb. She does indeed. So Miller for the FCC What Works, Young for FCC Pedalicious. Sophie Manhout takes 3 points for the Power Bite squad. Natalia Idzik, her teammate, takes 2, and Ting Lu for Rebel Rush takes 1. Kimberly Miller, very pleased with that polka dot skin suit and that big push at the end of the climb to take it. But you can see the amount of work and effort it took to complete that job. Tick, climb number 1 complete. 2 more to go. Well, Miller in polka dot sitting on the wheel of Brooke Donoghue at the moment. Amy Young, Seb Alray, all the riders now starting to recover. It's a very flat plateau on the top of that climb before they start the stepped descent. That will be coming up for them shortly. And on the top right-hand corner of that Category 4 race, you can see how it's split the group. Category 3, they've not come in, well, to the second part of the climb yet. And you can see at the moment just one rider getting distanced from that Category 3 race at the moment. You can see on the long shot as well, 1 or 2 riders in danger, but they're about to come to the plateau, which will allow them to get back into the group. At the moment, it's Angel Hadlock on the front. Marion Vittler is there as well. Anna Embring, who's been putting in some great performances recently. She took the win last week. That was a great move. But she too is right up here. Caroline Manfron is there too. Salgado is in the mix. Horner is there. Gemma Daniels is there too. Such strength and depth in the Category 3 race, but it does produce just fabulous racing. And there's one thing about the MyWhoosh Sunday Race Club. The nature of the categories and the range within the categories just gives a strength and depth. You are racing riders of a similar matched ability to yourself. So tactics, strategy, teamwork all come into play. And we see that week after week on the MyWhoosh Sunday Race Club. We're with you every single Sunday of the year. Celine Bourbesson, one of the new French riders on the Sunday Race Club, in the mix here as well. Dana Davidson, one of the riders who has been with us a little bit longer, in the mix as well. And this pack wide across the road at the moment, the gradient 8.5% and heading upwards now. This is the steeper section on this course, and they're now starting to push around the right-hand corner. It is not far off the finish here. The polka dot banner, which is at the top of this segment, at the top of the climb, comes at the 5.7 kilometre marker. They've got 500 metres to go. The gradient's 10% at the moment, and it continues to climb. But that Category 3 pack continue to motor towards the top. Well, Category 3 are up and out onto the course and onto the climb. Category 2 are in the pens. There are 10 teams in Category 2 today. The Antipodean Racing Team, the Cat 2 Outcast, the Core Squad, core powered by Spritz as well, and then the Fem Cycle Collab teams. 2 of those, United Cadence and United Tempo. Riot have 2 squads here as well, the Riot team and the Riot 2B squad. The Velocity Vikings are here, and so are the Watt team. Now, it was the Core Squad who took the win last month from the Velocity Vikings by 1 second. Just 2 seconds further back was the United Cadence Fem Collab crew. It was close last month. It's going to be close again. Expect the Antipodean racing team of Schneider, Todd, Banerjee, and Marb to be in the mix as well. And never discount the Cat 2 Outcasts. Core, powered by Spritz, have also had Sylvia Guerrea, who's had a top 5 this month. And the Watt Squad's Rachel Brown has been on form as well. Category 2 are out of the pen. Category 3 are about to go under the banner at the Paro Bukid climb. Anna Embring is off the front at the moment, and she will be wearing that polka dot skin suit. There she goes. She puts it on resplendent. Marion Vittler in 2, Angel Hadlock in 3. She is on our screens at the moment. It is absolutely fabulous racing here. The push for the line at the top of the first climb. Embring from Vittler, Hadlock, Corrales, and Horner take the points in category 3. 27 riders going over the top of the climb together. Now, category 2, you can see them on our screen. We drop in with Julia Montgomery. She's in the pack at the 700-meter mark, and they have rolled out of the pen at a fairly steady pace. Now, category 2, it was Roach from London, Vellner, Ekquist, and Schneider last week. They were the top 5 racers. Julia Montgomery, the look of concentration on Montgomery's race is absolutely fabulous. She really is here to do business today. Well, Montgomery, part and parcel of those Riot teams. She's part and parcel of the Riot 2B squad with Christy Tracy and Brittany Litton. They'll have a plan. They'll have a very clear plan, and it's going to be interesting to see them execute that today. Kate McLeod, Anna Russell, Emma Todd. Congratulations to Diana Corrales, who comes up from category 3 this week. What a week to come up into category 2, joining the likes of Heather Shanks, who I think we'll be looking forward to this today. Heather Shanks, we've seen her ride very, very strongly on the courses with the big climbs at the end. This could well suit her today. Going to be looking forward to watching her and seeing how she goes. Rachel Brown is here, Alice Lethbridge, Julia Montgomery. They are all in the mix. Sarah Lundin is here as well. Elsa Haag, Hannah Hakkinen in the mix. Jen Reel is with us as well. The pack, nice and steady on the road. They're rolling at around 36 kilometres an hour, but you can see as we drop in with Brittany Litton. Oh, Brittany Litton, New Zealand. It's got to be the way early hours of the morning for Litton at the moment, but she's currently sat in the pack zone 1 at the moment, making the most of that draft, conserving as much energy as possible at this point in time, doing the business. Category 2 doing the business and motoring now at the 2 kilometre marker, heading towards that first climb that comes at the 4.1 kilometre marker. It will reward the rider who goes through the segment at the top with the polka dot skin suits, and will they hold it to the finish line? That'll be a good question to answer. Now, in category 2 last week, and we saw those riders, Sarah Roach taking that win. We also saw some fabulous performances and some bests. Holly Bergin put out a 1-minute PB in that race last week to take 7th place in category 2. Kate McLeod putting out a 5-minute PB to finish in 8th place as well. So great to see those category 2 riders riding strongly. At the moment, we're in with category 4 riders racing strongly because Roa has just gone through the 11.4 kilometre marker, and she's popped into green because she's taken that first sprint checkpoint section, the clock tower sprint, 2 clock tower sprints today, and Roa picking up the first one. Al Ray going through in 2nd, Grazia in 3rd, Donahue in 4th, and Amy Young having a strong performance today, also going through and picking up 1 point. The category 4 pack at this point still 27 riders in that leading group, and you can see the group just stretched as they're about to go into the next climb on the right hand side of your screen. Category 1, they're about to leave the pen. We're in with Charlotte Lucas. The riders in yellow are going to be the last ones away today. Well, the lights are about to go green for the Category 1 races. 37 riders on the start sheets in Category 1. Look at the size of that pack as they roll out of the start and out on to the course. 37 riders, 8 teams today. Ablock International, the Fem Cycle Collab have got 3 squads in Category 1. The Chain Reaction, the Endorphins and the What Wheels. We've also got a number of other teams in the mix. Never discount Supernova, the Sweat Sensations, the Watt Sisters, and the Watt Crew. Now, Ablock International host the world champion in Kate McCarthy. She's had a first and second this month. They've also got Mika Soderstrom, who took a win on the Sunday Race Club last week. Absolutely brilliant to see. I understand she rewarded herself with some chocolate that she'd been saving for some time. So that was also fabulous, but well done to Mika taking her first win on the Sunday Race Club last week. They're going up against the FCC Endorphins. They were the winners of the team competition last month. Camilla Arberg this month has been a rider on serious form. She had a first, a third and a fifth. Alice Gallegos has had a fourth. Tomasi's had a fourth and a fifth as well. Gabby Guerra, part and parcel of the third squad in the competition, I think, today. They took second last month, the Sweat Sensations. Guerra's had a second, a third and a fourth this month. Again, strong performances. Her teammate, Catherine Fua, put in a phenomenal performance last week to take third place. In fact, she set on that course a 5-second personal best of 906 watts. Yes, in the sprint. Phenomenal. Mel Bruni has also had a fifth place this month, so that team also looking strong with Nicole Mayer rounding them out. It's going to be interesting. Can the Endorphins do the business again like they did in January? Francesca Tomasi will be looking forward to this one. She's such a strong climber. But the tactics, I think, are going to be very, very interesting today. 3 dominant squads in this Category 1 race field, all of which will have their own tactics depending upon the strengths of those team members and how the teams want to play this out today. And at the moment, Ablock International, well, if I'm not mistaken, that's Kristen Kulczynski that's just gone down the road. Well, Tomasi in the mix, and she's in the pack. She's in the pack with Soderstrom, Hermansen, Gallegos, Eck, Filensky. Just a small shout out to Brigitte Filensky. What a race last week. Brigitte Filensky took second place to Mika Soderstrom in that sprint last week. Catherine Fua, Gabby Guerra, Camilla Alberg rounded out the top 5. Filensky also put in a 1-minute PB in that race of 431 watts. Can I just say the top 3 riders last week all set PBs on MyWhoosh and the Sunday Race Club. It was absolutely phenomenal racing in that Category 1 women's race. As it always is, it never disappoints. So Category 2 on the left-hand side of your screen are around 650 metres away from the top of the first of the 3 climbs today. It's a huge group of riders still in that leading pack. 1 or 2 riders you can just see distance from the group. It's a headwind section that they're on at the moment as if the gradient wasn't steep enough. They're riding straight into that headwind on the right hand side of your screen. The Category 1 pack rolling and rolling strongly. Here we go. We're going in with Category 2. We've got Bassoni on the balcony, Gonzalez, Rua, Shanks, Montgomery and Tracy on your screens on the bikes at the moment as the final 350 metres of this climb plays out. Silvia Garea is right at the front of this pack. Otto is there. Shanks is in the mix and working her way through the field. Tracy, Brown, Wiseman, all in the mix, but it's Sylvia Guerrea at the front at the moment and continuing to push on strongly. The pack still wide across the road, telling me that nobody has really launched for that banner yet. But Tennille Otto starting to move. Elsa Haag as well. Kirsty Heber-Smith now really starting to dial this. Are going to come in. They're going to take the right-hand bend up ahead. You can just see the polka dot banner. Heber-Smith is a rider pushing Brown into. Nielsen starts to come up. Katrin Nielsen's been having a phenomenal ride recently. She's been really, really strong. But Hannah Hakkinen is there as well. Rachel Brown now takes the front of the race, but Heber-Smith has got a big push coming in at the moment. Heber-Smith goes to 7 watts per kilo, but Haag is at 8. Elsa Haag is going to go through and underneath the banner in 1. Heber-Smith and Brown, I think, are going to be following that up. Just going to take a very quick look at those results. Yep, Elsa Haag from the FCC United Cadence crew picking up 5 points. Heber-Smith from Riot in 2. Murray, her teammate, in 3. Rachel Brown from the Watt team in 4 takes 2 points. And Stephanie Briggs from the Cat 2 Outcast picks up 1. Just taking a little look back down, it's looking like 32 riders in that leading group in Category 2 at the top of that climb. There were 46 riders on the start sheets today, so big group coming through still together at that 5.7 kilometre mark. Now, if you're wondering, while Category 6 can see purple jerseys ahead, it's because the first part of this course is 2 laps here on the Dragon's Fury course in Bhutan. So Category 6 on their second lap, Category 1 on their first. And that first lap of Category 1 looking fairly steady at the moment. We've got one rider just distanced off the back of the pack. The main pack looking like it's all still together. Caramello, Van Hove, Soderstrom, Guerra, Holdcroft, Eck, all in the mix. In fact, Amelia Van Hove right at the front of the group. So whilst Category 1 and Category 2 have just come out the pen, it was a bigger gap back between Category 2 and Category 3. Category 3 at the 13.6 kilometre marker. They too have gone through that first sprint of the day. Sarah Carolus took the 5 points and will be in that green jersey. Laura Vanenpar, Karen De Pavia, Anna Embring and Gemma Daniels all picked up points as well. Now you can see they've got a smattering of Category 5 jerseys in there as well, exactly the same as Category 1 and Category 6. The Category 3 riders on lap 1, the Category 5 riders on lap 2. And you'll start to see them, I was trying to think of the word, disentangle. There's a good phrase. Disentangle themselves from that group as we hit one of the climbs, but we're about to hit the downhill. And it's highly likely that a number of the riders, unless Category 3 deliberately choose to push on, the Category 5 riders will stay in the mix. Now, the push does come actually on the front of that Category 3 pack, trying to move away from the Category 5 riders. Well, Category 1 are now on the flat plateau after the first step on the climb, and is still a big group. Bjarhead, Gothlander at the front. Kolchinsky is there as well. Karamani. Katarina Karamani, one of the riders who's come up from Category 2 into Category 1 recently. Absolutely fabulous to see her progression as well as others into this category. Sign of things to come, I think. Camilla Alberg, she's been so strong this month, taking a first, a third, and a fifth on the Sunday Race Club. We've got Gothlander, Alberg, Tomasi, Guerra, and Karamani on your screens at the moment. All of them racing now at a different time of the day to their normal Sunday Race Club. But the climb now starts the drive for the polka dot banner. There's 550 meters to go, and Tomasi is up and out of the saddle. She's watching her power. She's taking a look. It's Kristen Kolchinsky, the rider from America, who starts to match her and come straight up. Alberg is there as well as Gothlander. Now, Jennifer Gothlander has a really strong sprint and kick on her, but these short, sharp climbs really, really suit her as well. Never discount her on a short, sharp climb either. But Alberg, Gothlander, Tomasi, Van Hove, Guerra, Koinstinen, Field, all in the mix at the moment. Really watching and waiting. They're coming up onto a pack of category 6 riders who are on the climb for the second time, but that is not going to stop the movement and drive towards the polka dot banner from this category 1 squad. Maria Holdcroft from Ablock International now comes to the fore. Gabby Guerra starts to light the burners. Guerra's up and out of the saddle. She's dancing on the pedals. Tomasi's decided to match her. Tomasi's like side by side. Guerra and Tomasi are going head to head for the polka dot banner. Tomasi's driving. What has Guerra got to respond? Francesca Tomasi wants this polka dot banner. Tomasi is going to take this today from Guerra. Tomasi takes the 5 points and will put on the polka dot skin suit. Guerra in 2. That looks like that was McCarthy in 3. Alberg in 4 and Gallegos in 5. Well, the FCC Endorphins have a plan. Plan number 1, get Tomasi in polka dots. Well, they've achieved that one today, and Francesca Tomasi leads them through at that top of the climb at the 5.7 kilometre marker. Elsa Haag led through category 2 for the FCC United Cadence squad. Anna Embring from the Bonk Brigade led through category 3. Kimberly Miller from the FCC Wattworks category 4. Karen van der Rat from the FCC Pedal Artists led through category 5, and Angie Gaviria Arrayas led through category 6. Well, the race is on in all of our categories now here on the MyWhoosh Sunday Race Club. They're all up and over the first climb of the day. Categories 1 and 2 heading towards the first sprint. But category 6 have already gone up and over the climb for the second time. The leading 9 riders over the top. Heron taking them over the top with 5 points. Gaviria Arrayas in 2, Notes in 3. She's there. It's Gaviria Arrayas who's in the polka dots, even though she went over in second place this time. More points on the first ascent. Giraldo is there, so is Londano. Timmers Coens is there too. So is Takova, Narvaez, Hoyas and Jones. Those are the top 9 riders in that category 6 race. So category 6 now moving on to the descent off of that plateau for the second time. They'll be running into the valley through the clock tower sprint for the second time, and then on to the final climb of the day. Kath Tompkinson on your screens at the moment. She had a great race last week. It was absolutely brilliant to see Kath Tompkinson's racing last week. That sprint was so strong. She finished in 7th place, so a top 10 for her, just 1 second back off of the win last week. Haglin, Mernhout, Young, Martinuska, Tompkinson, they're all in this leading group at the 19.4 kilometre marker. Big pack of category 4 riders heading towards that climb again. So the Paro Bukid climb, 1.6 kilometres in length with an average gradient of 4.3%. It's deceptive though. It's a 2-step climb with a big plateau at the top. Shannon Martinuska on your screens right now. She's part and parcel of this category 4 pack as well. One of the smaller climbs before they get to the second categorised climb of the day at that 21.2 kilometre marker. The polka dot banner coming 1.6 kilometres later at 22.8. That's where we will see where that polka dot skin suit falls. And, well, only time will tell whether Miller keeps it. Category 3, not far behind category 4 at the 17.9 kilometre marker. Category 2, though, at the 12.2 kilometre marker. Now, I've gone through that first sprint of the day. So they've gone through that clock tower sprint for the first time. Tennille Otto took the sprint from Elsa Haag. Emma Todd, one of the newer riders to the Sunday Race Club, took 3. So 3 points for 3rd place. Rachel Brown came through in 4th, and Dorothy Gonzalez-Rua took the final point for the core squad. Still a big group in that category 2 race. So that is going to be an interesting finale as we move to the latter stages of the race. But they've got 12.6 kilometres now done of this 37.8 kilometre course. Category 1 is a much steadier state ride between the climbs at the moment than we've seen in some of the other categories. They're at the 9.6 kilometre marker, which puts them around 3k, just over 3k behind the Category 2 race. So a much steadier state race from Category 1 at the moment. The tactics, well, I imagine the first third of the course, maybe even the first half of the course, the tactic maybe for a lot of these riders is to stay in the bunch, because it's going to be the latter third of the race where it really lights up today. Well, that's the tactics perhaps in Category 1. Amelia Velt, Kristen Kolczynski, Van Hove, Larson, Snover, all on the front of that Category 1 pack. But they're rolling at around, well, they're rolling at Zone 2, Zone 1, Zone 2. Vellner on the front drops to 1.7 watts per kilo. At the moment, Sebarel Ray in the Category 4 race, they are rolling at around, well, also Zone 2. So steady state racing at the moment. The tactics really coming into play. This is all about who goes over the line in one, which team wins the finale to the February Sunday Race Club. And the tactics, the strategy, it is all in play. So Category 1 on the left-hand side of your screen at the 10.5 kilometre marker are coming towards the first sprint checkpoint, the clock tower sprint for the first time at the 11.3k mark. They've got 550 metres to go. Gallegos is the rider we are in with at the moment in the draft. Going to be interesting to see how this plays out, because that is a huge pack of Category 1 riders. I would expect Gothlander to show her wheels. I would also expect Mika Soderstrom or Lisa Hermansen to be in there as well, if Hermansen is in this group. So it's going to be interesting to see. Gallegos could well show us a turn of speed as well, but the riders wanting to contend this sprint as they go in. They're going to go in with a tailwind to the sprint today, so it does indeed reward a rider who goes off the front of the pack. There'll be a nice high speed on here, 43 kilometers an hour they are coming in with at the moment, and they're leaving it very, very late. At the moment, this race is, well, that's the green banner, and it's Anna Caramello who's going over it. This is not really being contended at all. Wow. Interesting. Caramello put the power down really last minute in the last 75 meters, really, to take away that green skin suit. But it looks today as though that peloton are telling me their sprints are not going to be contended, and that competition is not important. So Anna Caramello from the Watt crew sweeping up the points. Congratulations to Caramello for picking up that skin suit and those points. Tanil Otto led through Category 2. Sarah Corrales led through Category 3. Angelina Roa, Category 4. Ida Fredholm, Category 5. And Sylvie Timmers-Cohen's Category 6. Oh, interesting. Now, Caramello really pushing on there, part and parcel of that Watt crew, making the most of that sprint. And very clearly, the rest of the pack indicating that it isn't part of the plan today to really contend those two sprints. They do come between the climbs, the three climbs. So the first two climbs are indeed the same climb, because we've got them twice, 2 laps of the same course. The Paro Bukid climb here in Bhutan, 1.6 kilometers in length, average gradient 4.3, but 2 very clear steps. The final climb starts today at the 30.2 kilometer marker. It is where Category 2 are heading, but they're not heading till after this sprint. And Timmers-Cohen on your screen at the moment going for the sprint. She's in green at the moment. She's taking on Georgina Jones, and boom, she got the sprint. She's pleased with that. Love it. Fist pumps. Goal done. My job today, win the sprint. What have I done? Won the sprint. Tick. great job from Sylvie Timmers-Cohen. She's pleased, and so she should be. Georgina Jones into the category 6 pack behind. That was a clock tower sprint for the second time. We have 9 riders in contention in the category 6 race at the 28.7 kilometre mark. Timmers-Cohen, Jones, Heron, Narvaez, Hoyas, Notes, Giraldo, Londano, Turkova, and Gaviria Arrayas. It's going to be an interesting finale because those 9 riders are going to come into that final climb in 1.6 kilometres, and then that final climb today. They've got a climb of 6.3 kilometres to complete. It's got an average gradient of 4%, but it's 253 metres in elevation. I tell you, let's take a look at the course and just check out that profile. So, of course, here in Bhutan, the category 6 racers now heading towards that final climb, the Trongsa Pele climb. 6.3 kilometers in length. You can see it. It's got a short step at the top, at the bottom. Then a steep section. Then we've got a flatter section midway up before we hit that long final climb. Before we get right to the top. Well, one of the key parts here is indeed the fact that the 36.8 kilometre finish really is a very steep climb. Average gradient of 4% is very deceptive. There are sections out there on that course that hit 20%. I've done a lot of riding in Bhutan. The climbs are really steep, and at a maximum gradient of 20%, it really is going to test our riders today. We're looking at a ballpark figure, so I've done a little Strava stalking, and a little Strava stalking shows me that Gabby Guerra has been out recceing the course, and she's been out riding in Bhutan, and she has set a time of 12 minutes 55 seconds on that final climb. I have no idea whether she did that at race pace or whether she was just doing a zone 2 leisure ride, but we will find out later today. But it does give you a rough ballpark of the time it will take to get to the top of that climb today. The finish line coming just after the top of the climb on the flat section at the top. It's going to be an interesting finale today, and it's all going to be about who's got their climbing legs on, and I think that's what category 1 are banking on. Who has put their climbing legs on when they got up this morning? Who got them out the wardrobe? Holdcroft on the front here, Larson, Vellner, Felensky, Gothlander, Mayer. Now all in the mix. Category 1 pack. They have not split much yet. It's going to be very interesting to see when they do. It is such a large group of racers, 37 riders on the start sheets in category 1. We have seen them drop riders. Catherine Feuer on your screen. What a strong performance from Feuer last week in that sprint, and what a strong sprint to set a personal power best in that finale. 4-5 seconds of over 900 watts. It was absolutely phenomenal. Just shows you what a strong rider Feuer is and how she can kick that power down. Absolutely fabulous to watch and great to see. So Feuer, part and parcel of the Sweat Sensations squad. She can climb as well as sprint can Catherine Feuer, and it's going to be an interesting finale for her today. It's an interesting finale. This is the second time towards the polka dot banner in category 3, and Anna Embring picked up the points in the first climb. She's wearing the polka dot skin suit, and she's pushed herself out of the pack on the second climb as well. She's going to go underneath the banner and pick up maximum points again today to really try and stamp her mark on that climbing competition. Sabrina Horner is in the mix behind, but it's Angel Hadlock from Marion Wittler and Caroline Manfron in there as well. Just taking a little look. Right, okay, so we're looking like we have got a leading group in the category 3 race of around 14 riders stretched back. So Embring takes 5 points. Horner, Hadlock, Corrales, Wittler, Manfron, Nyquist, Vanenpaar, Borbesson, and Kawazuska. the top 10 riders at the moment in category 3. Well, also interesting. I'm just trying to look through that list and see if we have any teams with 3 riders. It's looking like the Femcycle Collab pedal pushers with Horner, Carolus, and Vittler are in a very strong position at the moment in category 3. Well, they could well be looking at a team competition. Top spots, we'll have to wait and see. The category 4 race as well at the 25.9 kilometre marker now. They too are through that sprint for the second time. Actually, they're not. They're coming up to the sprint for the second time at the 26.1 kilometre marker. That is where they're at. They're 2.3k out at the moment and rolling very steadily on the road. Last time we were in with them, there were 27 riders in that leading group. Erovec, Elos, Miller, Goodall, all in the group. Claudia Hyde is in there as well. So is Seba Al Ray. We're going to watch them shortly come to that sprint checkpoint. Category 5, Ida Fredholm, looking to me like she's just clear of the group behind. It's 6 seconds at the moment at that 28.9 kilometre marker. They have just gone through that sprint checkpoint, and Fredholm took the 5 points from Van der Act, Wilhelm, Tejeros, and Samuel. 14 riders in that leading group in category 5 going into that final climb today. Fredholm just off the front of the pack at the moment, tapping her own rhythm. Category 6, however, are on the final climb today, and you can see 9 riders went into the base of the climb. 1 rider just distanced at the moment, and that's Georgina Jones. So 8 riders now in this leading group. Jones, the rider in trouble off the back. Giraldo, Arias, Timmons, Cohen, Narvaez, Hoyas, all in the group. Heron is in there as well as Londano too. Polka dot skin suit on Gavaria Arias' shoulders. The green skin suit on Timmers Cohen. That's on the left-hand side of your screen. On the right-hand side of your screen at the 29.3 kilometre marker, the category 5 packer on the run into the base of the climb. I'm looking at that thinking that's about 13 riders in that leading group by the look of it, and some very strong riders as well. The green skin suits come back into the pack. She is on the back of the group. The polka dot skin suit is there as well. Megan Albin and Emma Sonnerson are in the group too. It's going to be a really interesting race, that one, when they go up and on to the climb. It's looking like, wow, the team competition in category 5 is going to be really close as well. The pedal artists are in the mix. Phoenix are there. Aeronova are there. A couple of the Aeronova riders. So there's a real battle going on in category 5 in that team competition too. So category 1, the pack still rolling very steadily here on the MyWhoosh Sunday Race Club. It's an interesting one to watch. And the pack, well, they are rolling and rolling steadily. They're still sat, we're in with Kristen Kolchinsky at the moment, the rider from the USA, sat zone 1, zone 2, tapping away a rhythm in the pack. They're rolling around 36, 37 kilometres an hour. Steady pace here. It looks to me, however, that we have 2 groups of category 1 riders on the road. We have the main group at the front, and then we have a smaller group behind. I'm just taking a check of the top right-hand corner of the screen. Liz Van Heuling, Kate McCarthy, Catherine Fuhr, Anna Caramello, all in that leading group at the moment in category 1. In category 4, Seba Al Ray is in green. They've just gone through the final sprint checkpoint of the day. Al Ray will win that competition overall and keep that green skin suit right until the end. Amy Young was right in the mix on that competition and putting in a strong performance. Gina de Gracia is there. Brooke Donoghue. Femke Vassen is in the mix as well. That's great to see. Now, that leading group in category 4, 22 riders that group is down to at the moment, but there's some real strong riders and climbers in there. And a number of the teams with multiple riders. Rebel Rush, Rebel Union, both those squads have got multiple riders. Power Bites have got multiple riders. The Fem Cycle Collab crews have got multiple riders in that team, in that leading group. So the team competition, well, everything to still play for in category 4 as they climb here onto the plateau, which will take them into the base of the final climb of the day. Currently, category 5 and category 6 are already on the final climb. Category 4 are going to join them shortly. Category 3 on the right hand side of your screen are on the run into the sprint checkpoint, the second of 2 sprint checkpoints here today. And Emily Nyquist with the Kawazuska, De Pavia, Embring, Manfron, Corrales. Well, Sarah Corrales is the rider in the green skin suit and the red hat, indicating that she took maximum points in the first sprint of the day today. She's going to be the rider looking to go underneath that banner in first place to cement that overall sprint competition. But she's got company. And she's got company with really strong sprinting legs. Well, Corrales is surfing the back of the group here. 14 riders in this leading group in category 3 at the 28.1 kilometre marker, but it's Corrales that launches. Is anybody going to respond? Embring is going to move a little, but she's not going to contend this. They're going to let Sarah Corrales go here and go for that green banner. Embring and Wittler are pushing now, but they don't want Corrales to get too big a gap. They don't want to let her go. They're pushing to stay with her and pick up those points, but Corrales in one does the business. She does exactly what she needs to do to maintain that sprint jersey, to maintain the maximum number of points overall and win the sprint competition today. So Sarah Corrales from the FCC pedal pushers takes 5 points and the green sprint competition overall. A teammate, Marion Wittler, picks up 4 points. Anna Embring from the Boink Brigade takes 3. Gemma Daniels in 4 from Riot 3. And Sabrina Horner from the FCC Pedal Pushers puts 3 pedal pushers in the top 5 going over the line. So the pedal pushers looking strong at the moment. Riot 3 also looking strong in that competition. So Cycle District 3B have also got Manfron and De Pavia in there as well. Category 2, we drop in with the large leading group at the 23 kilometre marker. They've just gone up and over the Paro Bukid climb on lap number 2, and Elsa Haag has indeed secured those polka dots and taken maximum number of points. Rachel Brown, Hayley Simmons, Sylvia Garea, Kirsty Heber-Smith round out the top 5, but Gonzalez, Rua, Nilsson, Weisman, Otto, Meres, Briggs, Hakkinen, Bassoni, Manshandi, Lundin, Steer, Yaramillo, I mean I can keep going, Stuart, Schneider, Bergen, Murray, Todd, Susnick and Tracy. 24 riders still in the mix at the moment in that category 2 race. The strength and depth of the category 2 race field is absolutely fabulous to behold. It really is. The riders coming up from category 3 into category 2, the riders in category 2, they battle week in, week out. They really do. 3 different winners in category 2 in the 3 different qualifiers, and 11 women in the top 5 across those 3 races. So it just shows you the strength and depth of the race field here in category 2. And 1 second separated the top 2 winning teams last month. 3 seconds separated the top 3 teams in that team competition. Well, it's going to be interesting today to see what happens when it's category 6 at the 33.6 kilometre marker. They've got 3k left to go. They're the furthest riders up the race at the moment, to the head of the race. And Marika Notes right in the mix at the front of this race. Barbara Heron is there, Isabel Giraldo, Narvaez Hoyas is there. Takova is still there as well. Oh, this is a great race today. 7 riders at the front of the category 6 race at the moment with 2.9 kilometers to go. There is a lot of climbing now ahead of this race field, but at the moment they are climbing strongly together. Well, Notes currently sat zone 3, zone 4. This is a fairly steady state pace at the moment. It's the sort of pace you would sort of be setting zone 4, sort of a time trial pace. But at the moment, it really is moving in that group up and down between zone 2, zone 3 and zone 4. They're still looking at each other. It's become very, very tactical in category 6. There isn't one of those riders going off the front and away from the group. They know each other's strengths, they know each other's weaknesses, and they obviously think that that group, well, it's dangerous. This is category 1. It's always dangerous. Francesca Tomasi pushing on here. This is the climb. This is 22.2 kilometers. This is the second categorized climb today. And Tomasi, well, Tomasi took climb 1 from Guerra and McCarthy. She's going to want to retain that polka dot skin suit. And you can see her sat around 3rd or 4th place, coming towards the front of the pack. Caramello is there. Gothlander is there. Bjarhead. They are all in this leading group. It's massive. It's over 20 riders still in the leading group in category 1 at the 22.4 kilometre marker. Gallegos is on the front of the group with Kristen Kolczynski, Alexei Snova, love it. 3 riders from the USA right up the front. Jennifer Gothlander now starts to come to the fore. So does Maria Holdcroft. You can see the riders getting dropped off the back of the group now as Holdcroft pushes. Guerra now starts to kick. Gabby Guerra pushes at 9-10 watts per kilo. This is a real big effort. She's going head-to-head with Francesca Tomasi. Can Tomasi catch Guerra? At the moment, Guerra kicks again at 10 watts per kilo. What can Tomasi do? Will Guerra fade? Can Tomasi kick again? They're neck and neck, level with power. Guerra wants to do this. She wants to go underneath this banner in 1 ahead of Francesca Tomasi today. Tomasi got the first one. Guerra gets the second. It's going to be interesting to see who takes the third. Well, Tomasi puts that polka dot skin suit back on, but they've got one more big climb to go today. The climbing competition is not over, and these two have absolutely set the fireworks off today here on the MyWhoosh Sunday Race Club. It is a Tomasi-Guerra battle for the climbing competition overall. Gabby Guerra leads category 1 through on the second categorized climb. Elsa Haag led through category 2, Anna Embring category 3, Kimberly Miller category 4, Karen van der Acht led through category 5, and Barbara Heron led through category 6 at that point in the race. Well, Alberg, Tomasi, Guerra et al. All still together. I can confirm. Just taking a look there. So, wow. Tis indeed still around 25, 26 riders in that category 1 race field who could come back together. But at the moment, well, there is a split in the group, and quite a significant split right now. Guerra currently sitting in 14th place at the back of the pack here. That is where the split is. It's 2 seconds back to Van Hove, Mayer, Kiddle, Larson and Bjarhead. I think this is going to come back together again. So the chase group of around 8 riders is going to come back onto the leading group, unless the leading group decide they're not And well, I think they are not too concerned at the moment. They're about to go into the descent off of the climb, and it's going to allow this chase group to come back into the mix. Well, there is indeed a push going off the front of the pack at the moment. They've seen the danger of the group coming back. You wouldn't want the group to come back. You really want a smaller group going in. But at the moment, it's Ulberg who's gone off the front, trying to entice some of the other riders to lift the pace. But she's not really getting an awful lot of success at the moment. So Ulberg lifts the pace to around 6.7 watts per kilo. The rider from the FCC Endorphins crew has decided that they don't want the second group to make the catch. So trying to lift the pace on the front group, and you can see it now start to stretch out again. That's going to be an interesting battle as to whether that group comes back and swells the ramps, or whether Ulberg and that FCC Endorphins crew make that split permanent. Well, underneath the banner, Gonzalez Rua. Great move there in that next second clock tower sprint from category 2. Gonzalez Rua just pipping Elsa Haag in that competition. Tennille Otto comes through for third place, and I think it looks like she's going to take the competition overall. So Tennille Otto picks up enough points to keep and hold on to that green skin suit now to the finish line. Mali Steyer came through for fourth, and Nassali Yaramillo came through for fifth place today. And again, the category 2 pack, what can you say? Absolutely brilliant racing here. Big group of riders rolling through here. 21 riders still in the mix in category 2. The strength and depth of that category 2 race field is going to be great to watch on the final climb. Well, we are on the final climb with category 5, and at the moment, Monica Falana, she was the rider who led them out of the start pen 34.2 kilometers ago, and she's leading them up the final climb now. Falana doing the business, tapping the rhythm here at the head of the category 5 race. She's got Katie Kansara Jones, Megan Alban just 3 seconds behind. Katarzyna Poloowska is there too. Ua Skirska is in the mix as well. And Brooke Samuel is not too far off the pace at the moment. They've still got 2.4 kilometers of racing to go. And that is going to be an interesting one to watch. Category 4 on the right-hand side of your screen, well, 2 riders battling it at the moment, Kimberly Miller and Sophie Mernhout, and they're joined by the rest of that leading group. They're at the 33.8 kilometre marker. They're over 3 kilometres into the climb, and I don't even need to tell you the size of that group because you can see it for yourselves. So big group of category 4 riders on the right-hand side of your screen with 3 kilometres to go. On the left-hand side of your screen with around 1.3 kilometres to go, or even, yes, look at that. That is still 7 riders in the leading group in category 6 on the climb together. Our riders heading to the top of the climb here in Bhutan. They're on the Dragon's Fury. They're on the Trongsa Pele climb at the moment. 6.3 kilometres of climbing to finish the race here today on the MyWhoosh Sunday Race Club February final. Average gradient of 4%, but you can see at the moment it does ease up on the way towards the top because the category 6 riders is currently 3.3% for them. A little bit steeper further back for the category 4 riders. Both race fields with a big group still together. 7 riders in the leading group in the category 6 race. And at the moment, Marika Notes, the rider we are in with, pushing on and tightly in the mix. Gavaria Arias, the rider in the polka dot skin suit in category 6, still just watching everybody else at the moment and not pushing on yet. It really is a waiting game here today. There's only 800 meters left of this race for the category 6 riders. In fact, on the top right hand corner of that category 6 screen, you can see the polka dot banner and the finish line today. They come in very quick succession, and this group of riders are going to be the first group of riders to face them today. The Category 5 pack some way behind, starting 10 minutes behind the Category 6 race. Now, Nikola Takova just getting distanced off the back of this leading group, unable to hang with the steady pace that they are setting on this climb today. Well, 1 kilometre further back, there is indeed now a race underway between Megan Albon and Monica Falana. They're 10 seconds clear of the chasing rider, which is Katie Kansara Jones. The push is on here in Category 5. They really have lit that race up in the latter stages, not waiting for the final push like Category 6. Category 6, you can just see the polka dot banner around the right-hand bend here. The finish line is not going to be much further up the road. Heron, Gaviria Arrayas, Narvaez Hoyas, Geraldo, Londano and Notes all lined up here. They're not taking the rider in the sprint skin suit with them. But Angie Gaviria Arrayas does indeed wear the polka dots, and will she want to push here for the overall competition, because the push is on here now and they really are starting to motor. There's a kick for the line, and Arrayas needs to watch that she's not pushed out of that competition. Now, interesting, on that Tronxa Pele climb, Narvaez Hoyas picks up 5 points. Heron picks up 2. Gaviria Arrayas picks up 3. But this is now the run for the finish line today. And Marika Notes on your screen, continuing to push, continuing to drive. But the race is alight by Barbara Heron at the front. Narvaez is there. Notes now starts to come. Gaviria Arrayas starts to sprint. But has Heron done enough by going early? Can anybody catch Barbara Heron here before the line? They're trying, but I don't think they're going to. Barbara Heron is going to come underneath the line to take the win on the MyWhoosh Sunday Race Club in Category 6 today. That was a good move behind. Notes, I think, has put in a strong performance today. But what can you say? Barbara Heron takes the win, 1 hour, 20 minutes and 28 seconds. Angie Gaviria Arrayas takes second place. Daniela Londano takes third. Marika Notes will take fourth. And Cynthia Narvaez Hoyas takes fifth place today. And I can tell you, in terms of that team competition in Category 6, the Velocity Vipers pick up the win with second, fifth and sixth place today. So Category 6 are up and over the line. Category 5 are battling and racing towards it, and Monica Falana has got a battle on her hands with Megan Albon. We've seen each of these two riders in the front of the other in a close down and a chase, a push on, a close down and a chase. But Katie Kansara Jones is coming from behind. The gap was slightly larger, I think, last time we were with her, but now she really is starting to close that down. She's 5 seconds off the back of Albin's wheel. Kansara Jones doing a great job here in terms of closing that down right now. Kansara Jones, part and parcel of that Phoenix squad. Falana, part and parcel of the FCC Psychoholics. Megan Albon, an individual rider today, not qualifying for the team competition by getting those 2 rides in. So Albin pushing on right at the front here. Falana now in 2. Kansara Jones in 3. Van der Acht in 4. Tejeros is with her, and so is Skiska and Brawl. They are pushing now towards that polka dot banner, whereas Kimberly Miller is now pushing and driving away from the Category 4 group. Brianna Samuel, Brooke Donahue, Camilla Pamplona, Miriam Taylor, Natalia Idzik, Camilla Athalu, Sophie Menho, all in that group, but they're 9 seconds behind as Albin goes underneath the banner in 1. Falana goes underneath in 2. Kansara Jones is going to go underneath in 3, but Albin now needs to drive for the finish line today. because it is just around the corner here on the MyWhoosh Sunday Race Club. It's 300 metres after the banner, and Albin needs to drive. Falana is coming. So is Kansara Jones. What can Monica Falana do? Can she close down the gap to Megan Albin, or will the rider from the USA take the win in the Category 5 race? I'm not sure Falana has got the kick. I think it's going to be Megan Albin's today on the MyWhoosh Sunday Race Club. Category 5 winner today. Megan Albin takes the win from Monica Falana. Absolutely, what a battle on the mountainside between these two riders. Katie Kansara Jones is going to come through for 3rd place today. Category 5 very swiftly is going to be followed by Category 4, and Kimberly Miller is doing the business here on the climb. She's in the polka dot skin suit, meaning she picked up the maximum number of points on the earlier 2 climbs. She's leading that competition at the moment, and she's going to be dominant in that competition today. Sebra Ray and Kimberly Miller on your screens at the moment, and you can see the work being done by Miller here to go underneath the banner. Can she hold it for the final 300 metres and take it to the line as well? That's what she's got to do. Pamplona, Meyenhout, Samuel and Donahue, Taylor and Ellos are all coming from behind, but Miller, she's got 250 metres to hold this. She can see the banner. She's got to keep driving. She can't let up here if she wants to take the overall win and the yellow jersey as well today. Kimberly Miller is in the hurt locker at the moment, but she's going to be rewarded by the win in Category 4. They're coming fast from behind, but not fast enough to knock Kimberly Miller off of the top spot today. So Kimberly Miller goes over in 1. Sophie Meyenhout goes over in 2 and takes 2nd place today. Brooke Donahue, I think, is going to go over in 3. But they're all coming thick and fast behind in that Category 4 race. So Miller takes top spot, Meyenhout takes 2nd, Donahue 3rd, Samuel 4th, Taylor 5th, Lou takes 6th place, Pamplona takes 7th, Idzik takes 8th spot today in that Category 4 race. Now, in terms of that team competition, it means Rebel Rush take the team win in Category 4 with Lou, Pamplona, Atahualpa and Ellos. And the FCC pedal artists look like they may have taken the win in Category 5 with Van der Ack, Skiska and Wilhelm. Fabulous, fabulous racing. And it's Category 3 and Category 2 that are on your screens right now. There's a push on in Category 2. Brown, Stewart, Haag, Briggs, Nielsen trying to push away from the rest of the pack. Can that group of 5 go clear? At the moment, this is Category 3, and we've got 3 riders pushing clear. Celine Bourbasson of France, Anna Embring and Caroline Manfrom. They're just trying to push clear of Horner, Nyquist, Daniels and Hadlock, but the push now, Bourbasson is coming. She's going to go underneath the banner. Anna Embring goes through to secure 4 points, and it may well be enough to hold on to that climbing competition. Yes, I think it is, but now this is the run for the line, and Bourbasson is absolutely driving, and so is Embring. This is going to be a battle between the two. They've got around 200 metres to go, and Bourbasson and Embring. Manfron is trying to come across the gap, but I don't think she's going to make it. It's going to be between these two, and Celine Bourbasson is the rider who is going to take the win today. Unless Embring can do anything about this, she's going to run out. I think Bourbasson goes underneath the line in 1, Embring in 2. Manfron will take 3rd place today, but Celine Bourbasson of France puts on the yellow jersey today on the MyWhoosh Sunday Race Club. Well, Bourbasson picks up the win in Category 3, and Embring comes through for 2nd. Caroline Manfron takes 3rd, Gemma Daniels 4th, Sabrina Horner 5th, Laura Vanenpar 6th, Emily Nyquist 7th, and Angel Hadlock in 8th place. What a move. What a race. Well, Category 1 and Category 2 are the last 2 race fields out on the course today. 7 riders at the head of the Category 1 race. And into the head of the Category 2 race, it's looking like we're down to 8 riders on the climb. They're wide across the road in Category 2. And Category 1, well, they too now on this latter part of the climb. McCarthy, Gallegos, Tomasi, Ulberg, Guerra, Kolczynski, and Fua are your 7 riders in Category 1. And if I'm not mistaken, that is 3 riders from the FCC Endorphins as well. What a move! Guerra, Fua, 2 from the Sweat Sensations. McCarthy, Kolczynski, 2 from Ablock International. The push is on. The team competition is alight as well as the individual, and this is it. This is the finale in Category 1. They're at the 33.7 kilometre marker. This race goes to 36.8. There are 3 kilometres now to go. Gallegos, Ulberg, Fua, Kolczynski is in trouble here. Koinstinen and Mayer, the riders behind. This is going to be a real battle. What can Mayer do? She needs to sit. She needs to continue to push. She needs to drive up the climb. She's the 3rd counter for that squad. Her position is important, particularly in terms of time. Tomasi, Fua, Guerra, Ulberg. 6 riders now as Kolczynski. Well, she's got some work to do if she wants to close that gap down and get back on. She's trying, she's pushing, she's 3 seconds off the back of the group, and now McCarthy goes. The world champion, Kate McCarthy, goes off the front of the pack. She's got around 2.5 kilometres to go, and it's 2.5 kilometres of work, 2.5 kilometres of chasing, because Guerra now launches the chase from behind. Big kick by Gabby Guerra to go and get onto the wheel of Kate McCarthy. Big kick from Francesca Tomasi alongside Elise Gallegos to try and close this down and not allow the gaps to get too far ahead in that team competition. McCarthy lighting the fire now at 7.4 watts per kilo, 7.7. She's lifting it, she's pushing it because she's continuing to maintain it. Guerra drops slightly to 6.4, 6.8. She's trying to match McCarthy at the moment, but just not being able to hold the top end power of the world champion. Tomasi pushes on behind. She's got Gallegos for company. Those 2 teammates really trying to do the business in the team competition. That's their focus, and you can see it, the 2 riders going together, trying to close the gap down to the 2nd rider in terms of that time and make the least amount of time in terms of winning that team competition and maintaining that title that they won in January earlier on this year. But McCarthy at the moment is 11 seconds clear of 3rd place. Tomasi and Gallegos. Fua 7 seconds back. Ulberg now 14 seconds back from Guerra. McCarthy 6 seconds up the road, but Guerra has not stopped driving for the line. McCarthy is tapping the rhythm that Kate McCarthy knows. She's tapping the rhythm on the climb now. She's got 1.8 kilometres to go. Ahead of them up the road is the Category 2 race, and we've got a race on here as well. 8 riders in the mix here in Category 2. Haag, Nilsson, Garea, Brown, Briggs, Wiseman, Stewart. As the push goes on the front, Garea, Haag and Nilsson now start to push. Brown's got work to do. Stephanie Briggs, Manshandi is also at the back of the group too. The push now coming on here. Silvia Garea, the rider from Italy. Elsa Haag, the rider from Germany. Both of those riders pushing on and pushing on strongly at the moment. Well, what can they do here in Category 2? Elsa Haag from the FCC United Cadence crew. Katrin Nielsen pushes on and pushes on again. This is the big drive now for the line. They've gone underneath the banner. They've gone underneath the climbing banner, and Haag had it. Nielsen's gone over the top, though. Guerrero is there as well. Can Nielsen take this? Guerrero's coming fast behind, but Nielsen is going to take the win today on the MyWhoosh Sunday Race Club. Catherine Nielsen takes the win. Sylvia Guerrero will come through for second place. I think Rachel Brown has pipped Elsa Haag for third. We're going to take a look at those results. Yes, she has. So Katrin Nielsen from the Velocity Vikings takes the win in Category 2 from Sylvia Guerrero from Core, powered by Spritz. Rachel Brown of the Watt team takes third place ahead of Elsa Haag for the United Cadence crew. Eleanor Wiseman takes fifth. Carrie Stewart takes sixth place today. Great racing. No team result yet, but the United Cadence crew are looking strong. So are the Velocity Vikings. So Kate McCarthy of the Ablock International crew, the world champion with the rainbow bands on her shirt, pushing on now. She's 8 seconds clear of Gabby Guerra behind, but Guerra is still tapping a good rhythm here. She's got McCarthy in her sights. They've got now 800 meters to go. They're going to see the polka dot banner very shortly. Tomasi is in third place. She's in the polka dot skin suit and she's closing down. Well, she's closing down. She's holding Gabby Guerra at 6 seconds at the moment. It's going to be about the points as well for Tomasi here. She's going to want the points in that climbing competition. Guerra has 5 points. She took maximum points at the second climb. Tomasi took maximum points at the first climb. It's going to come very, very close to the wire here. And that overall skin suit could go to Gabby Guerra at the end of this race today. But it has been a real battle here. McCarthy, Guerra, Tomasi, then a gap to Gallegos and Fua. McCarthy goes underneath the polka dot banner. She'll pick up those points in the competition, but this is the drive for the line. She can sight the finish line today. Guerra's going to go underneath the polka dot banner in 2. We're going to drop in with Alberg, Tomasi, Guerra and Fua. McCarthy is pushing on towards the finish line today. Guerra has held her at 7 seconds, 6 seconds at the moment. She's continuing to drive for the line. There's a further 6 seconds back to Francesca Tomasi in third place today, then Gallegos and Fua. But it's Kate McCarthy, the world champion, who takes the win on the February final on the MyWhoosh Sunday Race Club. McCarthy takes the win. Guerra takes second place today. Francesca Tomasi continues to tap a rhythm on those pedals for third. Great racing from her today. Elise Gallegos can see that finish line, and Catherine Fua is coming. Fua's putting in a massive push here to try and take Gallegos. Fury's up and out the saddle. She's driving. Gallegos notes. She responds. The two of them battling. Is a sprint for fourth place. And at the moment, Catherine Fua has got the making of Elise Gallegos. Fua takes fourth place today. Great move from Catherine Fua. Elise Gallegos in 5. Camilla Alberg making it to the finish line right now. She's going to take 6th place today. Kristen Kolczynski is not far behind for Ablock International. But Alberg coming over the line in 6th place gives the FCC Endorphins the team win. What a move. What a move. What a competition. It was all to play for today, both in the individual and team competition. And Kate McCarthy, the world champion, took the win in 1 hour and 4 seconds, setting a new course record because, well, it's the first time we have been to Bhutan. Gabby Guerra takes second place for the Sweat Sensation, 7 seconds back, and Francesca Tomasi leads the FCC Endorphins home, 13 seconds back in third place. Catherine Fua put in a fabulous sprint there to take Elise Gallegos on the line there for 4th and 5th. But it is the FCC Endorphins that take the team win for the 2nd month running here on the MyWhoosh Sunday Race Club. What a competition. What tactics. It's absolutely fantastic. And I can tell you that the top 3 teams in Category 1 separated by 57 seconds. The Sweat Sensations take 2nd and Ablock International 3rd. I hope you have enjoyed the women's race on the MyWhoosh Sunday Race Club with me, Emma Martin, today. It's been an absolute pleasure taking you through all of the action. Well, you can grab yourself a cup of tea, maybe a soft drink, head over and watch the men's race now, because that's where I'm going. Thank you very much for joining us. I will see you again next week. Until then, stay safe, enjoy your racing. We'll see you soon. Goodbye.